we go. I think I actually remember the day today. 136. That is my best guess. But I do know that it's a chest day. All the gyms around me are kind of like screwed up. Because like the weekdays hours are perfect, right? Like the one hardcore gym, Metro, they're open till I think it's like 4 to 11 all week, the whole week. I'm like, that's sick. Because if I got to do a late workout, you know, fuck, man. I don't want to have to do a home gym lift because all the other gyms are closed, right? And then Planet Fitness, well, we'll get into that. And then sometimes I'll lift it at my Y, like the YMCA. Like, that's good too. They got free weights, they got machines. Nothing wrong with that gym. But on the weekends, they close at 6. It's fucking 6 every day. Saturday, Sunday. Not ideal. So, rather than go to Metro today, which I would have wanted to, I was on a little bit of a time constraint. Headed to Planet Fitness for chest, which still going to get a good lift, but I would have preferred to go to a gym with a couple of, different machines and equipment, right? But not going to let that stop me. So, first movement is going to be Incline Smith. Really, just because that's the only pressing movement there that I can do where I can actually load it up seriously heavy, you know, because that pretty much fits my training philosophy, which is, if I'm about to hit a muscle, right, I want to start off with a movement where I can use as much weight as possible, right? You want to start off with bench press first and not, chest flies. You want to start off with squat instead of leg extensions. You want to start off with heavy barbell rows or cable rows rather than, pullovers where you're just squeezing, right? Because, well, just because. Why would you, if I were to do lighter sets in the beginning, like for this chest day, if I were to sit on the pec deck and start off with a few sets of that, and then move on to the chest fly, or the, what am I saying? The Smith machine for bench, I'd still be pumped. Like the lift would still result in a pump, but when I move on to the Incline Smith, I'm gonna be moving less weight, right, and doing less work. I don't. I want my workout to look like this in terms of the weight. Start off with as much as I can do, and then as I do more and more sets, the weight will have to go down purely due to fatigue. I'm trying to see the red light switch without getting blinded by the sun. I don't want to do this where I start off with lightweight and then go up to a heavy set in the middle and then droop back down. That just doesn't make sense to me. Right in the beginning, when you're the freshest, wouldn't it make sense to go the hardest? There's all sorts of ways to lift, like rep schemes and sets and exercise selections, and it's all going to probably work if you go hard, but that's just sort of the style that I've been, really into as of late. So let's stop chit-chatting and just get in there. So I didn't show the warm-ups. There's a bunch of people running around. Kind of feel like an asshole if you're recording and there's somebody like in between you and the camera. It's kind of stupid. But I was considering 4 plates. I was considering it, but what would I get? 6 reps? I like to do at least 8. Like pretty much for my working range, I'd say 8 to 30 is pretty effective. So let's just throw this around. Okay, let's drop the weight. Considering there's not really any other heavy alternatives, I'll just do 2 more sets of this. So I'm gonna get like 5 reps, and then they're gonna help me with assisted reps for like 6. You think you got it? Okay, we got it. That'll be good. I'll tell you when. You'll know. Okay, probably start helping. All right, too much. Yay. Yay. Whew. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. You know something? You know something? Oh, too slow. I would say that that heavy incline pretty much met my requirements for doing some heavy sets. You get what I'm saying? Like, the chest has certainly been stimulated in a way that required a lot of fucking tension, right? So now I'm gonna move on to more isolation movements. So I wouldn't mind like a cable press right now, but the cables are kind of taken. So instead, I'll just jump onto the pec deck. I think at least 2 sets, maybe 3. Really just try to squeeze. This is a little bit more of like an advanced tip, but when I do these, I'm trying to like bias the upper pec. Like that's what I'm trying to flex the hardest, right? But if you can't, like, it's kind of hard. It's almost as if I'm doing the fly, like I'm pulling my hands together, but I'm trying to force them upwards at the same time, which, I don't know, it's just something you're going to get used to with experience. But as long as you can feel your chest when you're doing the pec fly, eventually you'll start to get the mind muscle connection, you know, fucking pop your pecs, all that kind of shit. So let's just fucking slam it. So I say this every chest day, and every chest day I still think it warrants mentioning, right? You know, the first 5 or 8 reps, whatever, I touch my hands together, right? I can actually touch them, really good squeeze, it's a good set. But once I can't touch my hands anymore, I'm not just gonna stop the set, right? I still got more energy left in the tank. So if I can get 10 more partial reps, that's what I'm gonna do. So 1 more and then I'll move on. So I'm thinking just 3 sets of basic cable flies. You know, I got the cables at about shoulder height, so I'll just go right in front of me. That should finish off this pump pretty well. Yeah. Okay. Doing that bent over fly feels really fucking good. Let's go check the pump. Okay. So, 3 movement chest day. Incline Smith, pec deck, and the freaking cable flies. You know, anybody could come up with that. There wasn't anything special about it. So let's see what kind of pulp, let's see what kind of pump resulted. When it's hard to get your shirt off, that's usually a good sign. All right. Holy shit, dude. Holy fuck. That's like frightening. Oh. Oh man, fuck. Even just standing here flexing is like putting me out of breath. It's, the most muscular is so cheesy. Like, I hit a side chest. I'm like, all right, this feels pretty cool. You know, same thing with lat spread. But if you really want to just feel like a lunkhead sitting in front of the mirror doing this, I always feel so silly doing that one. But yeah, fuck, man. I feel like I always get an inadvertent, like just slight bicep pump. Actually, I guess the whole arms, because I also activated my triceps doing all the pressing. But like doing those flies, right? If you think about it, the weight's being pushed against my hand, and I'm holding it like this. So I'm getting a little bicep activation. So chest day, the pump is always extra freaky. Because not only is the chest fucking inflated 2 cup sizes above normal, I also get just a slight arm pump as well. So, I mean, let's fucking try to squeeze them in between the arms. Yeah, freaky as fuck. What do you think, little bro? You want to hit a pose down? Okay. All right, here, give me tips. Ah, you're right, dog. Yeah. All right. Well, what else is there to say? Chest has been pumped. Let's get out of here. Forearm flex. So, okay, so anecdote now that I just did that. Forearms, well, let's think about this. Any muscle on your fucking body, right? If you train it, it'll fucking grow. I was when I was over in Hilton Head, this one guy came up to me and he asked me about a neck training, right? Like the shit where you're laying on a bench, you put a plate on your forehead and you do that kind of thing. Or if you have that kind of machine at your gym, it will work, right? It will grow whatever body part you're fucking training. As long as you do some heavy weight and get a pump. So I used to do forearms every arm day, right? My sort of method was I would do triceps like normal. Like I'd finish the whole tricep workout first. And then I would do a set of curls for biceps or whatever variety, just for the whole workout. And in between every set of curls, I would do a set of, let's see, how can I even describe it? Like, fuck, you can't even, whatever. I would do a set of bicep curls. Like imagine my forearm, the back of it is sitting on the bottom of the bench or the top of the bench. and I would just sit here like this, doing forearm curls with a dumbbell, with my hand hanging off the bench. Maybe 10, 15 reps, 30, 40 pounds, whatever you can handle. Just get a forearm pump. And then, obviously, you've got, these things back here too. So what I would do for that is the same thing. I'd grab a lighter dumbbell and I'd flip my hand over. And just like right now, if I were to do it, I'd only use the 20s. And I'd just do reverse forearm curls like that. So if you want bigger forearms, train them directly. Like at the end of your arm day, that day just makes the most sense to me because you're already working your forearms just a little bit by doing arms. Just throw in some fucking forearm curls. There's a variety. Like I don't just do those dumbbell ones. I do a ton, or I used to do a ton. I'll show you what I do for forearms soon. Very soon, I promise. But that chest day was very good. I did, huh? I remember the Smith machines at the Planet Fitness feeling a lot worse than that. I don't know why. They felt pretty fucking good. But let's slam this shake and then discuss it. I tell you what, I never really look forward to this part, believe it or not. Okay. Let's take a second, let that settle. Oh man. So yeah. Uh chest to chest. Yeah, so going heavy on that inclined Smith to start felt good as fuck. Yeah. I was thinking about 4 plates. I was really thinking about it. It's always fun to put a 4-plate bench of any variety in the thumbnail of a chest day. But not gonna let that. You got 2 wolves inside your body. You got the wolf that says, all right, to do what's good and effective, do what's gonna help you, and the other one's like, throw 4 plates on the bar. All right, so the good one won this time. Chest. If you watch the chest day video, I was saying my right one is feeling a little funky from a previous injury, but 365 felt good today. Well, 3 plates and a 25 on the Smith machine, whatever that translates to in real weight, that is a mystery. But that felt good. If I were to have gone heavier, maybe it would have felt all right as well. But definitely chose the correct weights today. So yeah, I mean, that one set heavy, really good primer, right? And then those next 4 sets, plus that assisted set was a little funky. It gets kind of weird when you have 2 spotters at once. But that felt really good too. I love getting some assisted reps like that. But the fact that you have to have another person helping you just makes it a little complicated. So I don't always do it. And then pec deck, really good squeeze. Same with those cables. Same with the cable flies. Like I say every fucking video, there's no need to really overcomplicate this kind of stuff. I could have told, well, it may not have been, someone that's never been to the gym may not have been able to like pick those specific exercises. But if you've been working out for a few months, you know what the incline bench feels like. You know what the pec deck feels like and the cables, right? So you've only got, well, what I pretty much believe at this point is you've got about 8 to 12 sets, 10-ish sets per body part where you should go hard as F, right? So that's pretty much what I did today. Hard on all those sets of incline bench, hard on the cable flies, hard on the pec deck. And by the time you've done that many hard sets, I say 8 to 12, but I mean, the range probably varies even more than that. That's a whole topic of conversation, you know, higher volume and lower volume training. It's as long as you feel like you did a good workout, you're probably all right. But yeah, around 10 sets, hard, you should pretty much be fully pumped. And doing any more than that probably won't get you any extra benefit. And I mean, if you do way more than that, like I've talked to guys where I show up and I'm like, how long you been here, dude? Oh, I've been doing legs for about 3 hours. What? Right? If you're sitting there like forever doing a crazy amount of volume, then you're probably not going to make sweet progress. You know, you're still doing exercise, you're still working out, but you know, the basic idea is you want to do as much as you have to do to grow and make progress, and then cut it off and be done. So, proud of that chest day. Gonna go eat some food, get ready for bed, and then tomorrow we'll be back day, and I'll probably do a very similar style of workout. As in, I'll start off with something heavy, perhaps cable rows seated, maybe some barbell rows. You know, those are pretty much my go-to heavy movements for back. And then, you know, some pull downs, some pullovers, maybe some single arm stuff. It's, you know, I don't know, just kind of go by feel once I get in there, right? I don't have my workouts planned. Oh, that's a cute dog. I don't have my workouts planned out like in advance, right? I just know the basic scheme of a workout that I like to do, and then I'll sort of input the specific exercises that I feel will be best at the time, right? Like sometimes, let's say for whatever reason my shoulder's jacked up or something. Is this guy gonna pass me or what? Maybe that incline Smith machine would feel like total dog shit, right? And even though it felt great today, you know, maybe I'm not gonna want to do it next chest day, and I'll have to substitute something else, right? If you have all your workouts just written out already, and you know you don't allow yourself to be able to make sort of on the fly changes based on how you feel, then odds are you're going to be in the gym and you're going to think to yourself, oh man, this feels like shit. Ah, jeez. And you're not going to have any fun. You're not going to be hyped up at all. And you're not going to want to keep working out. Right? Like, I've said this before kind of a while ago. I haven't really got into it as of late. But if you don't enjoy what you're doing in the gym, then how long do you think you're going to be able to stick with this shit? Like, if I had, let's say I bought a coach, or I paid for a coach, and he gave me a workout plan, and for whatever reason, I hated it. I hated the exercise choices he was making. I hated the rep schemes. I hated the workout split. Guess what? I'm probably either going to do one of two things. You know, ditch that particular coach and then, you know, get a new split. That'd be the best move. But if you're a total gym noob, you know, and you like, that's what you did, odds are you're just going to think to yourself, okay, well, fuck, working out sucks. I'm done with this shit. Boom, and be done. You know, a lot of the times it's pretty much just effort based, right? Like, once you've sort of developed a basic understanding of the gym and working out and diet and you know, recovery and shit like that, exercises. Once you kind of get that baseline level of information, it's just about how hard you go, right? But if you don't have that initial sort of uh, you know, level of experience, which usually people get from like going to the gym with one of their friends that already has been lifting for a while, or watching some YouTube tutorials on how to do it, then you know they're just gonna have no idea where to start. So for me, I've been bringing this up every so often. When I started working out, I was looking up all sorts of shit. I was watching Athlete X all the time, getting, you know, trying to understand, well, maybe not understand, but like just see examples of different exercises, right? Like just watching people working out, like on videos, whatever. that gives you a ton of fucking information, right? Because you're like, okay, so that's how you do it. All right, that makes sense. And then if they say commentary as well, like, all right, so here's how you're gonna want to do this curl. You know, just give it a good twist. Like that kind of shit is fucking priceless to the beginner. You know, I was watching a ton of Jeff Nippard stuff in the early days, and all sorts of other guys like that, just to sort of get a basic understanding. And once you've done that, you know, once you kind of have that little itch in your mind to learn about what you're doing and not just work out mindlessly, then it just ends up being a fucking upward spiral, right? Because let's say you're a total beginner and you got the itch, you've got that motivation. All right, I want to start working out, and I want to know how to do it. You subscribe to Jeff Nippard. You start watching Athlete X all day, even though I don't really love Athlete X. Shit like that. You're like, all right, well, I'm starting to understand what I'm doing now. You go to the gym for a few months. You start to make some fucking gains. And then you're like, oh shit, this is fucking working. And you start to learn more about it and get more gains. Blah, 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 just fucking up, 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 up. Next thing you know it, you're fucking 250 pounds sitting in your Camry talking to yourself on your phone. You get what I'm saying? So, uh, that is it for me. Back tomorrow, as you well know. And cardio in the morning, I'm doing it. I know you ain't. God damn it. So I will see you next time.